I'm gonna start off showing you how to clean up a sea bass. So when you go to your fishmonger, you're more than welcome just to order in the fillet. So I have them do it for you. You can get 2 really nice big large fillets, but there is something about buying whole fish. You can see the freshness, you can see the beauty, you really feel what you're working with. This here, incredible young sea bass, about 1.5 kilos. That's gonna give us 4 really beautiful portions. Now to prepare this fish, I've asked the fishmonger to already scale it and already gut it. These are 2 jobs that you don't really want to do at home. They're quite messy and they don't take away any of the fun of cooking. Filleting to me is almost hypnotic. It's like relaxing when you carve through the meat and you can portion out that beautiful fish exactly the way you want. That is what chefing is all about, and I would love to show you how I do it. I'm gonna take it really slow and really gentle so you can follow this along and see if you can make it happen. It's really no problem if in your first 2 or 3 tries you're gonna cut straight through it and it's not gonna be perfect. My first ones were not perfect either. It took me years and years to perfect this craft. Yet it is really rewarding and it is worth the try, because once you get the hang of it, any other fish will do as well. It's a matter of following the bones. But when it comes to here, we start always on the top. I'm gonna start here with the head and we cut it in and we go down. We want to get rid of the first fins and we can cut it down a little bit to the front, because we want to make sure that we catch all the meat that is in there. We don't want to cut it straight down because I'm going to lose that little tip, and that little tip is just as delicious as the rest. And cut it down. The belly we can't eat, so we can cut it away, and then we slowly cut towards the head side. Now once we get to the middle part, we're going to have to use a little force. We're going to want to cut into it because we need to get to the backbone. Don't need to cut all the way through, because with a little leverage you're going to be able to break that free perfectly. As you see, we've cut it in there right up until there, just a little snap there, and we got rid of the head. Sea bass bones, great for stock, great for a soup. If you have a bunch of them, maybe cut them small, put them in the freezer until you have enough to make a really nice stock. 3 or 4 of the carcasses of these fishes will make a real beautiful fish stock that you can use later on as a base for a soup, for a sauce, or just on its own. I always check to make sure that there's no scales left, especially here on the top side. It's harder to clean, but when you start filleting and there's a scale left, then your knife will get stuck and you won't be able to cut through smoothly. So with the tip of the knife, we kind of just check the parameters and make sure we got the last few scales off. You can use the back of the knife so we don't damage the fish. Get it up. Now whilst filleting, we want to get rid of as much of the scales and the impurities from the beginning, because otherwise they're going to end up on your fillet afterwards and you have to clean them off, or they're going to end up on your plate, which we don't want. Now, when filleting, I like to put a tiny bit of pressure on here to make sure that the fish doesn't move when we're carving into it, and also to bring a tiny bit of tension that when we're going to move the knife there, it's going to open itself up. And once you can see inside, you can see where you want to go. And that's what we want. We don't really want to guess or gamble where we need to go. We need to find exactly where the bones are and then follow it with the tip of your knife. And because I'm putting pressure, you see it opens up a little bit. I can see exactly where I'm going. And I just slowly let the knife follow the rest. I don't need to put any pressure. I don't need to go up and down. We just let the knife do the work, and as you can see, it opened up perfectly. Then as a second stroke, we can go a little bit deeper. And when you open it up, you can start to see the beginning of the bones. Now for me it's easiest to continue here at the back fin, because it's only narrow, it's very easy to see where it is. We want to find that bone that is here in the middle, because there's a little hump. We're going to have to cut over that to get to the bottom. If we don't do that right, we're gonna cut into the flesh on the other side of the spine. So I'm gonna open it up with the point of my knife, following the bones. I'm gonna move over, there you see, and I'm kind of doing this. I'm cutting over the bump, and again down, making sure we leave no flesh behind. If you do, this is your first, second, third try, don't worry about it. It took me about 20 years to get to this stage where it becomes really easy, but you can learn this, it's a practice. Not the end of the world when it doesn't go well. Now we're here on the top, and I'm just gently following whatever is happening here. I'm looking inside, I'm opening this up so I can see where I have to cut. If I keep it like this, I don't know where I'm going, so I can't do it like that. We have to open it up. We started at the beginning, and then it's very easy to follow where this is going. Now it gets a little trickier when it comes to the fins, so you have to cut in a little deeper, but always trying to maintain as close to the bones as you possibly can. Now where the cavity is, where the insides were before, we're gonna have to really carve all over it. So open it up even more and try to follow the bones. And when you do that, you will end up at skin. Now there we can cut through it, and we have one beautifully filleted sea bass fillet. There's a few bits here that we can trim, that we can cut open. Here's a little bit of tissue that we don't really like, so we're gonna cut that off. Because we're doing a grill preparation, we're not gonna leave the skin. Unlike the salmon, for example, where we dry out the skin and we fry it really nice and crispy, it's a beautiful preparation. It also goes great with sea bass, but in this specific case, we don't want it. We're gonna be grilling this side of the fish, and because the skin won't get enough heat to cook all the way through, we're gonna remove it for this recipe. Trimming, really important to get the bits that we don't want off. And with fish you have to be gentle, you have to be careful. As you see, I'm not moving it around a lot, I'm not being rough. I treat it with respect. I take my time. So when you remove the skin, I've made a small incision here. The knife goes under and I put it almost flat against my cutting board. Not up, not down, just flat. I slowly pull the skin and move the knife forwards. And like that, you do it beautifully. There's no skin left, we didn't cut into it. If it does happen, no problem, you can fiddle around and get little bits of skin off. Now the other side is always a little bit more difficult because you don't have the support of the other side. Now, whether you're cutting it this way or that direction, it doesn't matter. It is personal preference on where you want to start. But in this case, for me, it's easiest to start at the tail side. I cut in, point the knife a little bit more downwards, and try to feel the bones with the tip of the knife. Then, like before, we're going to open it up and gently fillet as close to the bones as we can. And we cut through and we're there at the middle. If you cut through, so what happens easily is that you see the bones, they come out. Another bone lives here, so you can open it up there. Just keeping very close to the bone. Over the spine. In my case, we'll turn the fish. And make sure again, over the spine we're going to go down we want to go and make sure that we grab all that flesh from the bones. Bit fiddly again around the fins, that is fine. And cutting. When you see the knife is almost cutting upwards, it's just because we need to get over these bones to be able to get down. You can cut through them as well. You have to pick them out later. That's another way to do it. I don't prefer. And then we cut through the skin. There we have it. So when you look at the bones, there's hardly any flesh left. That is filleted to perfection and really wonderful. And trim the rest of the fillet. Here there's bits that were attached to the fins. Kind of want to cut that off. Trim it up here in the bottom. Anything that doesn't look right, we want to have it gone. And then again, just at the tail end, small incision and go in between the skin and the flesh. Holding it tightly, pressing the knife down to the board, almost straight, very, very slight angle down. And move the knife forwards while you pull the skin. And that way you have 2 beautiful fillets, 4 great portions,